The Sunbirds brought the heat this week to their matchups. We've got all the memorable moments from Sunbird Hoops Madness, a look at the upcoming season for men's and women's basketball, and get you up to date with the talent being displayed each and every week here at FPU. All that and more is coming up right now on Inside Fresno Pacific Athletics. Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Inside Fresno Pacific Athletics. I'm your host, Katie Rocca. Sunbird Hoops Madness was a huge success. If you were one of the first 200 attendees, you got yourself a pristinely designed t-shirt to sport at every game. We're bringing you some of the sweet highlights from the scrimmage and the most impressive shots from the dunk contest. Are you ready for basketball season? We at Fresno Pacific sure are. The season is starting to change and the brisk chill of winter is putting excitement into the air. Take a look at what's in store for the men's basketball team this year.
I'm Jeremiah Wood here with FPUathletics.com. We're sitting down today with men's basketball head coach Chris Wright and junior guard John Taylor and senior center Antonio Credit here to talk about the upcoming 2012-13 season. Coach Wright, let's start off talking a little bit about last season and the way things ended. A lot of expectations. Obviously, things didn't pan out the way we necessarily wanted them to. A lot of injuries, down to 6 scholarship players at one point. But, you know, by the end of the year, still played the eventual national champion, you know, to a couple really tight games on the road late in the year. So just tell me a little bit about last year and dealing with that adversity and how that kind of made you a better coach and made some of these guys better players.
Yeah, Jay, you know, I was, you know, real proud of our team, the way we battled all season, you know, despite, you know, all the adversity that we faced. You know, obviously going 15-16, you know, it's not getting it done. You know, it's not what we're used to, you know, here at Fresno Pacific, you know, over the past 5 or 6 seasons. I feel like there's a lot of ways it made me a better coach. Definitely made me more patient. That's for sure. Probably took a good 10 years off my life. But, hey, that's why we went out and got guys like John Taylor and the 6 other guys that we signed. But, heading into this year, it's a completely new group of guys. We're going to miss the seniors that we lost. But, man, we're really excited about this upcoming season.
Guys, you've been here. This is your 3rd year as a head coach. Obviously, a few more years as an assistant, as the recruiting coordinator. Where does this year's class stack up compared to some of those classes we've had in the past? I'm hesitant to compare it to the J.R. Lewis, Marcus West that delivered a conference title, but where do you think this class ranks?
I always tell people that, hey, good players make good coaches. And so we knew after going 15 and 16, we had to go out and sign some players that could get us back to where we've used to, being, which is a 21 season for us. Obviously we signed John Taylor. John was the National Junior College Player of the Year. Not even close that he's the most decorated and heralded player that, Fresno Pacific's ever had. And so that right there is pretty remarkable for us. Then we get a guy like Malcolm Griffin, transfer from the University of Toledo. Was their best player, averaged a little over 13 a game at Toledo. He's another guy that's, going to be special at the Division II level. Signed Matt Samuels from Chicago State, right about 13 points a game. And so, when you have guys that have produced at such high levels, it makes you sleep well as a head coach. There's no doubt. So for us, and this is no disrespect to past recruiting classes or past players that we've had. We've had a lot of good players, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the head coach right now. So I'm extremely grateful, but I don't feel that we've ever brought in a class that's been this talented. And besides the talent part, they're great young men. It's been an absolute joy for me to continue to get to know these guys and coach these guys for just a couple of weeks of practice that we've had. So I'm extremely excited, Jay Wood.
And then, tell me about being the first Fresno Pacific team to play a full NCAA Division II schedule. What does that mean to you? What are you looking forward to in playing in the Pacific West Conference this year?
It's a big opportunity for us to set the standard, try to pave the way for the next people that come and play after us when we're done. And I'm really excited. I heard a lot about this conference. It's a great conference, and it's going to be really competitive, so I'm excited to see what we do.
Now, Coach Wright, let's talk a little bit about the conference. Obviously, a couple different scheduling pods, and we definitely were put in the tougher of the two in the same pod as Dixie State, Grand Canyon, Azusa, a couple other solid teams. Tell us a little bit about the schedule, what you're kind of expecting out of the Pac-West Conference.
Yeah, you're right. Our pod is ridiculous. With the 4 GSAC schools and then Grand Canyon and Dixie State, which in my mind is, has a chance to make up a lot of the top half of the conference just as far as standings go. So it's going to be a tough schedule. But again, when you have good players, and I feel like we have a great staff. I feel extremely blessed to have the assistants that we had. We added Coach Dexter Young as our recruiting coordinator. Coach Henderson, Coach Kuslich have been here, for several years. And so, I love our staff, and I love the team that we have in place. So, it's a great quote. Walt Disney said, it's kind of fun to do the impossible. And, I know a lot of people, aren't expecting us, to challenge for the league championship just because of the season that we had last year. And so, we have just a program full of men that are extremely excited about meeting that challenge and, competing for a Pac-West championship.
John and Tone, looking at the schedule, are there any games that you guys have circled that you're particularly looking forward to more than other ones?
All of them circled.
Tone, how about you?
All of them circled.
Anybody specific?
We got to get everybody. We're trying to get everybody.
Nobody specific. Well, everybody. Whoever circle, and we said the whole sheet circle, so that's for everybody.
Jeremiah, the thing I love about this team is that, I think these guys understand, they're beginning to understand how hard you have to work and how you can't take anyone, for granted, and obviously our goal is to win, every game that's on our schedule, exhibition, regular season, or not. And I just think it's an extremely focused group, and I've been impressed with how hard we've worked day in and day out so far.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And the Sunbirds will open up the season November 2nd at Fresno State at the Save Mart Center. Also, remember you can watch all home games for free online at fpuathletics.com.
Now let's not forget about the ladies. If you've seen the women's basketball team conditioning around campus, know that they have been putting in the work and are ready to start the season. Here's a preview for all the great games to come for women's basketball.
Hi, this is Brandon Tritt for FPUathletics.com, sitting with women's basketball head coach Aaron Schultz, forward Brandy Blackwell, and guard Janae Herring. We're going to talk a little about the upcoming season. And Coach, 14-17 season last year, big improvement over the year before. What are you guys looking for heading into this season? You have a lot of the same players back. Just kind of talk about the improvement you've seen in your girls in the off season.
We're looking to build off of an extra year of maturity. We feel like last year came down to about 10 possessions that were the difference between a losing season and a winning season. So a lot of those things came down to fatigue, mental mistakes, and I felt that those things stemmed from how young of a team we are. So really looking just to improve consistency and a broader and much more lasting commitment for the whole season, and pull off the goal of a winning record this year.
And talk about some of your top returners, obviously Brandy and Janae and Carrie as well. Just kind of talk about what they mean to the team.
They mean a great deal to the team because they've been with me since day one. Carrie's been here longer than that, and Brandy's been here a year longer than that. But again, so just understanding my style and knowing how to adapt and communicate with me. Also, their court leadership, their readiness. There's a composure that they bring to the basketball floor that's important for our team. So that's what we most look to them for. Obviously, they're all contributors significantly in their own way, and that's always a given. But it's that extra boost of leadership and confidence and composure that they bring to the floor for us.
You guys have had a couple weeks of full-on practices now. Just talk about kind of some of the strengths that you see in your team just through the first couple weeks of practice.
Their work ethic, their willingness. I'm going to always be on them about being more responsive and work harder and all this, but overall they come with a readiness and a willingness to respond, and that's important to a coach. So I believe that we're a step ahead of where we were last year, certainly. We feel like a team. We have some pride in that. Even our practice uniforms, they're cooler this year, so we're looking better too, which is an important part of the game. Okay.
Exactly. You play how you feel.
That's right.
Brandy, talk about some of the improvements that you're looking to make just kind of as an individual player this season.
Individually, I'm really excited about defense. I just want to do big things on the defensive end, and I don't know, I want to be stronger down there this year and get lots of defensive boards too.
And talk about being strong in the middle there. A little bit undersized kind of for your position, but talk about how you're going to improve defensively and how you're going to be able to get those big rebounds.
Gonna get swole. Gonna lift weights, but also I'm gonna use my body better this year and keep my balance better.
All right, and Janae, coming off a big season, 16 points a game, kind of what are some of your individual goals for the season?
I just want to be more of a dictator on the floor, and I want to help my teammates more than hinder them. So I want to get everyone involved and not break down mentally.
And Janae, kind of staying with you for a little bit, talk about some of the goals you guys have as a team. I know coaches always kind of set some goals, but what have you guys talked about just for yourselves?
We want to have a winning season this year. We want to play harder work ethic, and we want to be more up in their shorts on defense. Don't let them see a pass, and just play harder.
And you guys are all, as well as the rest of the athletic department, moving into the NCAA Division II and a brand new conference in the Pac West. And Coach, we'll start with you. Just kind of talk about the excitement that comes with all of that.
I think for us it feels like an appropriate move. We come out of a very competitive GSAC conference in the NAIA and had a lot of enjoyment and pride and respect for the NAIA and being a part of it. this transition to the NCAA and honestly all the processes that are involved in that, I feel like has tightened up our accountability as a university and as an athletic program. And it's a good thing. It's making us a more professional and a more accountable team. And obviously, you can't overlook the fact of the reputation of the name NCAA. And it's easily recognized and people know what you're talking about. So it's a good move for us. We feel ready for the move.
And Brandy, what about you? You came in, started playing for an NAIA program for 2 years. Now you're getting to play for an NCAA program. Just kind of what does that mean to you as far as excitement?
I think it's really exciting. I think it's an honor. I'm really excited about this new competition, and I'm also excited about traveling new places. So that's cool.
And Janae, she touched on it, the new competition in the Pac West. You guys are playing a very tough schedule within the conference. You have Point Loma, Dixie State, Grand Canyon, all of whom are very good basketball programs, as well as Azusa, storied tradition there. Talk about the level of competition that you guys are going to see in the Pac West this year.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a lot harder, but it's only going to make us better, and it's exciting to be able to play up against the tough teams and get noticed.
All right, well, we're certainly all excited to get the season going, and on October 30th at 5 p.m., or actually it's 7 p.m., let me correct myself on that. The women's basketball team will be at Fresno State in the Save Mart Center for their exhibition game. Don't miss it. For FPUathletics.com, I'm Brandon Tripp.
Here with a look at this week's highlights is Brandon Tripp.
Sunbirds in the second night of a back-to-back, looking for win number 18 in a row, facing the Hawaii Pacific Sea Warriors, and Fresno Pacific was dialed in early. Set 1, Hoopia Inc. with the kill down the middle. Sunbirds would take an early 1-point lead. Then it's Morgan Williams, the freshman, with the well-placed shot down the line. FPU up by 2. Hawaii Pacific was not going quietly, though. In the first set, the Sea Warriors get the kill off the block and out, and led by a couple of points late in the first set. But Kara Mitchell with the rocket off the hands to pull FPU even, and then again to close out set 1, 25-24 the Sunbirds. Set 2, and it was all Fresno Pacific. Erica Adachi teaming up with Inc. and Williams for the block here, and then Mitchell again with the shot. She hit 417 on the match for FPU for 13 kills, including the second set point. Set 3, and it was Adachi taking over to close out the match with 4 of her 8 kills in set 3. Sunbirds sweep the Sea Warriors 3-0 for their 18th straight win.
We play really good. We're a solid team playing today, and we pass really good, and we serve, and that's game is all serve and pass. So I think we did a pretty good job today.
You know, it actually happened exactly how I expected it to. We said if we play well, we should be out of here in 3. And that was our pregame conversation, and they played really, really well. I was really pleased with our serve and pass. We served so tough that kept them out of system, and we were able to control their offense. And then, we passed so well that anybody could have gotten a kill. We have a lot of offense out there, and we can play some really good volleyball, and we're ready for BYU. This was a really good warm-up for us, and I think it's going to be a really big battle.
It's going to be a sad night for me because I've been here my 4 years, but I think it's going to be a great match, and I hope a lot of people come to watch because they're good and we're good right now, so I think it'll be fun.
Fresno Pacific taking on the number 8 team in the country, their biggest test of the season, and it just so happened to come on senior night. The Sunbirds were dominant in set 1, with Erica Adachi getting the scoring started here, and Hoopia Inc. as well, who had 23 kills on the night. FPU took set 1, 25-12 against a team that had not dropped a set in conference play. And the fans were fired up about this one. Set 2, the Sunbirds led early, but the Seasiders came roaring back to take the set 25-19 and square the match at 1. Third set, FPU back on top, taking the set 25-22, needing just one more set for the win. But BYU-Hawaii came back to take set 4, and so it all came down to a 5th set. Sunbirds up early 10-6 thanks to a sweet block by seniors Emily Carroll and Adachi, but the Seasiders come roaring back with the kill here by Lauren Hagemeyer, and they would end it on this, up 14-12, and Hagemeyer again for the win. Sunbirds drop a heartbreaker 3-2.
I'm so proud of the way they played. They played with everything. I mean, they executed really well, and they played with heart, and they put it all out there. So I'm very pleased with. I mean, obviously we would have loved the win, but we were so close there at the end, and you couldn't have asked for anything more from them.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna win the match. We were really close, but they did like a really good job, and we played good too. But unfortunately, like, they did better at the end. So
yeah, I was really happy with the match. You know, I just said to the girls before the game, in our little Devo, that whether we come out, win or lose, as long as we play our best, like, we have a victory in that. And I think we did that tonight. We came out fighting really hard, and we definitely had the chance to win, but, you know, just a few things here and there that slipped away. And BYU's a really good team, so I'm happy with the outcome despite losing, obviously. But I'm happy that we got better and we grew closer as a team, and I think it just got us more ready for this game coming up on Friday. So,
the game was really exciting tonight. I think everybody came out and we were fired up and we wanted it so bad. And, you know, you can only play so hard for so long, and we just did the best that we could tonight. If we take care of business and we play like we did tonight and play together, I think that we can beat anybody.
You know, Kaylee and Emily and Erica have been so much for the program. Emily and Erica have been here for 4 years, and Kaylee during her 2 years has done so much for us. And I think this was a great night for them. Obviously, we would have loved, you know, the end result to be a little bit different, but we had the fan support, we had the family here. Emily's dad showed up and surprised her, you know, today, and that was really awesome. And so all together, I mean, it was a really great night for us, and they all played very well, so couldn't have asked for much more.
I thought I was gonna cry. I think like it didn't hit me yet, so I don't know. It was hard. Like, hopefully we will play like the regionals here. Like, so I'm looking forward. So I think that's why I didn't cry.
you know, they surprised me in groups, and so my dad showed up today, and that was just really emotional for me because my dad's been my coach all through high school and growing up, and it's just, yeah, an amazing thing to have your family here because they're the people who, you know, have been supporting me in my entire volleyball career, and just to have them here on the biggest night of my volleyball career is just really special to me, and yeah, I'm really, really thankful for that. So.
Thanks, Brandon. We had some outstanding athletes climb their way higher up the standings this week. Cross country took part in the big kahuna of competitions at their very first Pac-West Conference Championship on the tropical island of Oahu, Hawaii. Both teams ended strong with the men tying for 7th and the women finishing 10th. Your men's soccer team is on fire, Fresno. In a matchup against Holy Names on Saturday, the Sunbirds offense was scorching. Gustavo Silva, Paul Islas, Bruno Pessoa, and Alexis Hernandez all scored goals to lead FPU to a 4-2 victory over Holy Names, scoring their 8th consecutive victory. The women's soccer team put up a hard fight after Holy Names received 2 red cards on Saturday, only to settle for a 1-1 tie. The Sunbirds held strong both on offense and defense, but were unable to find a second goal. The Air Force tournament in Colorado Springs provided men's water polo with great competition. After losing 16-7 to number 13 Air Force on Saturday, the Sunbirds put up a great fight against arch-rival California Baptist before letting the lead get away from them in the fourth quarter in the 14-11 loss. The men came back on Sunday in their last game of the regular season, dropping a tough one against number 13 Air Force 19-12. FPU community, we need you. We can't let our fan sections become sparse. We need more hoops and hollers out there during our sporting events. Nothing pumps up an athlete more than having that roar of the crowd behind them to push them to victory. Here are your opportunities this week to come out and support your players. Point Loma will be traveling to FPU on Thursday to take on your Sunbird soccer teams at Ramirez Field for senior night. Kickoff for the men begins at 5 p.m. and the ladies start at 7:30 p.m. Admission is free for those who bring 2 non-perishable canned good items. Women's tennis will be at Fresno State in the Bulldog Invitational this weekend. Belmont will be the scene of men's and women's soccer matches against Notre Dame de Demir. Kickoff for the men begins at 12:30 p.m. and the women follow at 4 p.m. Come on by this Friday and join the women's basketball team for an exhibition against Cal State San Marcos. The festivities will begin in the Special Events Center at 5 p.m. Women's basketball will be on the road taking on another Division I opponent as they face off with CSU Bakersfield in their final warm-up before the regular season. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Volleyball heads to Southern California to meet California Baptist at their home court. The ladies will bump, set, and block against the Lancers. Game time is slated for 7 p.m. After battling the Lancers in Riverside, volleyball will travel to the beautiful city of San Diego to come face-to-face with Point Loma at 1 p.m. The Sunbirds swim team will be looking to make the biggest splash when they travel to Bakersfield for a meet at CSU Bakersfield beginning at 1 p.m. The Sunbirds are looking to improve on their record-setting weekend at Fresno State. FPU students will be filling the Save Mart Center with orange and blue to support the men's basketball team on Friday in an exhibition game against Fresno State. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. and you can pick up your tickets in Student Life for $2. Men's basketball will be put to the test on Saturday night in an exhibition match in our home gym against Cal State San Marcos starting at 7 p.m. Remember, you can stay up to date with all the latest news, scores, and highlights for the Sunbirds at fpuathletics.com and on Twitter at FPUSunbirds. Glad you could join us this week, and we'll see you next time right here on Inside Fresno Pacific Athletics.